Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am starting off my tutorial with a clean face and moisturized face. So first I'm going into the Benifit Porefessional primer, and I am just getting a little bit on my fingers. That was a little sample size I received, and I am putting that on my T-zone and any areas I have large pores. So I tend to have large pores around my cheek area and kind of in the unibrow area and a little bit around my chin. So I zoomed you guys in a little bit closer. I am placing the e.l.f. eye primer onto my eyelids. This is a great affordable eye primer. It's about $3. You can get it at Target, online, and I believe Ulta sells it online as well. This just neutralizes my veins so that the eyeshadows go on really well and you can see the color. So next I'm going into my brow routine, and I'm going into my Maybelline Brow Duo, and I'm using the pencil side to create a precise line. It kind of defines my brows a little bit more so that they don't look so unruly. But then I go and I blend out those lines with a spoolie. I like to have more of a natural brow. I know a lot of people love the Instagram brows, but that is just not for me. Next, I put the powder side onto my eyebrows, and this just fills in the sparse areas within the eyebrow area, and I blend that out again with the spoolie. The powder is the most obvious thing in my opinion, so I really try to make sure that the powder gets blended into my brows. And then I went ahead and took my Elizabeth Mott Queen of the Fill brow gel, and I filled in the brow area as well. I like to consider this to be like a brow mascara in a way. So it keeps my brows in place and it extends my brow hairs to look a little bit longer. So sometimes I will just use this brow gel all by itself, and it'll kind of fill in the sparse areas and it will keep my brow hairs in place. Next I'm going into my Chella Highlighter, and I'm highlighting the top and bottom area around my brows, and I'm doing that with both brows, and then I'm blending it out with a flat foundation brush, and this just kind of covers up any mistakes that I made or any stray eyebrow hairs. It kind of conceals it a little bit, and it lifts the brow. It makes it look a little bit more alive. For my eye look, I'm going into Tang, and this is a matte pink shade. It's kind of a brownie pink, and I'm using my Wet n Wild fluffy brush. So this brush doesn't really pick up a lot of pigmentation for the Colourpop eyeshadows, because the Colourpop eyeshadow is more of a moussey texture. I had to grab a lot of the product and placing it on my eye over and over again, which is fine because I didn't want too much pigmentation. So I went ahead and used the fluffy brush in this color. This is Muse, and I tried that same technique with just building it up slowly, but this barely, like, you really can't even see the color on my eye. And so for the metallic shade, it's a little bit different. Any kind of metallic shade, you kind of need a stiffer brush, but especially with the Colourpop eyeshadows, not the powders, but the more moussey products, you need a stiffer brush. So I went ahead and did that. This just picks up a lot more product, and then it's much easier to see the color on my eye. I don't know if you can see that now, but I can definitely see that there's a lot more of a metallic shade on my eyelid. So once again, this color is pink, but it's more of a brownie pink. It was from the Fall edit, but I personally love this shade. It's so perfect for my skin tone. So I went ahead and went back into my fluffy brush and just made sure that the metallic shade and the crease shade are blended beautifully. Next, I went into my Maybelline Hi-Light, and I'm taking that champagne highlight shade, and this is a really, really, really light pink, and I'm putting that into my inner corners. I do not believe that the Maybelline Hi-Light is in production anymore, but you can use any champagne shade. So next I went into Faux Fur. This is from Geek. This is a matte brown. It's more of a gray brown, and I'm working that into the crease area and into the outer corner. And then I'm taking that brown again and I'm putting that underneath my lash line, and this just kind of darkens up the under lash line, and it replaces a eyeliner, and then I'm just blending that out with the remaining pink shade on my fluffy brush. Next, I went into my NYC Liquid Eyeliner. This eyeliner is no longer in production either. I feel like I am using a lot of products not in production, but any liquid black eyeliner will work. If you're not comfortable with using a liquid eyeliner, you can use any other eyeliner that you are comfortable using. And I'm just creating a wing. I like starting in the outer corner and working my way into the inner corner. That way, if I make any mistakes, I can correct it as I'm working my way into the inner corner. And then I'm taking my NYX Retractable eyeliner in black, and I am lining the waterline and my tight line. I just want to make sure, especially where the wing is, I want to make sure that it's uniformly black. Next, I went into my Maybelline Mascara, and I just got mascara onto my eyes. And then I'm taking my e.l.f. concealer in light. I believe this is the HD concealer, and I'm putting that anywhere I have discoloration. And then I am patting that concealer underneath my eyes. I don't want to smudge it or swipe at it until I have patted it into my skin. This concealer is very orange, so I have to make sure that it is blended out and pressed into my skin so that when I put on the foundation, the concealer doesn't show through. Next, I'm taking my foundation. This is the Rainforest of the Sea foundation in Fair Light Neutral. And I'm using that flat foundation brush and just patting it or kind of painting it all over my face. A flat foundation brush takes a very long time to get the product onto the face or blend it in, so I went ahead and took a foundation brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics and I blended out the foundation further. This brush is a lot easier and it just kind of gets things done faster, but I'm using the flat brush to get the foundation actually onto my face. Next, I'm taking my Maybelline Master Glaze in Pink Fever. This is a very pinky purple blush. I'm taking my blush brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics and I'm blending that out. And this blush is also no longer in production. And then I decided to also blend it out with a stipple brush. Next, I'm taking my Chubby Stick. This is a highlighter from Clinique, and I'm once again blending that out with my blush brush. This is a light champagne highlighter. Then I'm taking my Clinique Almost Powder Makeup in Neutral Fair. This is a powder foundation. This just gives added coverage to my foundation, and it really melts into my skin much better than any other powder that I've been using. So I've been using this powder on a daily basis. And this does have SPF 15, so I don't know how it photographs with flash photography, but in regular photography it's gorgeous. Next, I'm going back into that highlight shade and I'm taking the brown shade and I'm using this as a contour. This particular color is not a cool based color, it is a warm base, so it's like a reddish pink color. So it really should be used more as a bronzer shade, but you know, I wanted to do something different and this was different. The brush that I'm using right here is a flat brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I really like this and I really like using it as a contour brush because it gets into the hollows of my cheek really well. So I initially used that brush, but it wasn't blending the contour very well, so I used more of a fluffy brush. This is a powder brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and I'm just blending this out a lot more. I don't like the stripe effect, but I wasn't going out anywhere, so it kind of didn't matter. Next, I'm going into the NYX Cosmetics lip liner. This is in Bloom. It's a very, very pink, bright pink shade, which I really love, but it was a little too much for this look, so I went ahead and went over it with another NYX liner in nude pink. And then for the final effect, I went into Wet n Wild's metallic liquid lipstick, and this is in the color Peony Express. This is from last season's spring shade, and this is a very liquidy, it's like a really thick lip gloss, very pigmented, very thick lip gloss. and it's also metallic. It's gorgeous. I really like it. And that is all for this look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe and turn on that notification bell. If you really like this tutorial, feel free to share it with your friends. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, an awesome week, and don't forget to make your world a better place. I'll talk to you later. Bye!